Welcome everybody, and this is another episode of Top Rope Talk. I am the sniper. The wrestling professor is on his way, but for right now, we do have one of our recurring guests, my guy Rafael Esparza, the greatest odds maker that you have ever known and you will ever know. With that being said, how's it going, brother?
Good evening, Denzel. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm always thrilled to jump on your show and talk a little wrestling odds, wrestling rumors that I've been involved. So thank you for having me on.
No problem. So as of right now, how many Vegas odds do we have for? I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. Something will change, but as of right now, how many lines do we have for Backlash France?
We have 4 right now, and right before we get into that, I just put up a Raw 6-man tag team match between the Judgment versus Jey Uso, Andre, and Ricochet. Uso and Ricochet are -$4 favorites. I'm guessing I'll probably be in the main event tonight on Raw, so give a little bit of excitement when you're watching Raw. But yeah, we have 4 lines for Backlash, and most of these are heavy favorites, I'm gonna say. And people ask me, why do you do stuff for Backlash and stuff like? Because let's face it, Backlash follows WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the weakest pay-per-views. It's probably the most easy to pick winners.
Probably, yeah.
Out of that one, but like I said, I do it just to keep the excitement of going on. I mean, we have to lead to SummerSlam right now, and these are where some storylines can be created. This is going to be some where injuries can happen and storylines can falter a little bit. So that's why I did some of the stuff on this one. But should be interesting to see what happens. I'm more excited to see the Backlash France between the 3 ladies in the ring. That's going to be interesting.
It definitely is. With that being said, you all, this is our WWE Backlash France live this Saturday on May the 4th they're coming on at noon. Look at that. Yeah, because they're all the way in Europe. So this is our, not recap, but preview. And with that being said, and just like, Ralph said, is typically with Backlash, historically, Backlash has been a pay-per-view since 1999. And it's typically like a WrestleMania revenge, kind of deal. Like you said, it's pretty easy to predict some winners, but we definitely have seen some surprises along the way. But with that being said, so far on the books, we have a tag match. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens will face the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Tamu Tonga. So just a few weeks ago, we saw the debut of Tamu Tonga. Just last week, he left Kevin Owens in a bloody heap. The week before that, they unceremoniously kicked out Jimmy Uso. So it's unknown, what's going to happen with Jimmy Uso at this point. But this is interesting because a lot of people thought that with the end of Roman Reigns' reign, that will be the end of the Bloodline. But Raph, seemingly the WWE still sees value in continuing the Bloodline. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked. I mean, now just a two-guy Bloodline. I know both. I know Uso was wanting to get some rest. He's got some langing injuries. I think that's why they booted him out so he can get a little bit healthier. So when he comes back, probably for SummerSlam. But Tamu Tonga is very interesting, very powerful guy. But there's we have 2 guys in the Bloodline that are horrible on the mic. So it's granted that's why they're not on the mic as well. This one's going to be very interesting. I think the Bloodline wins this one just because they can keep the storyline above. We've had this discussion many times. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens doesn't need to win matches to still be relevant in WWE. So I would not be shocked if the Bloodline win this one, just for them to keep the Bloodline name positive in some case. But I see the Bloodline, Sikoa and Tamu win.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. And with Kevin Owens, and I would actually say more so, I would say more so that with Randy Orton, that he doesn't need a big win anymore. He doesn't even need a title anymore. He's already done it all. If anything, I would love to see him win a 14th world title so he could tie his mentor Triple H, but that's about as far as it goes, really. If he left Mania with the U.S. title, I wouldn't have been mad at it. I didn't want Logan Paul to leave with it. Didn't you say Paul was a favorite that night?
Yeah, he was a favorite.
And he left with the belt.
and he's coming back. He'll be on TV this week. And it's funny how I've talked to doing other shows and meeting other people in the industry and former WWE employees. They've been telling me that Logan Paul has so much love in the locker rooms it's crazy to see what's happening onto that, and they're saying it's all because of his work ethic. It's all because how he's handling business behind the curtain, not when he steps out in the curtain, stuff like that. So I would not be shocked if they try to push him into and get off the heel and maybe a crowd favorite and stuff like that. Even though he says he loves playing the heel, but if you see the interview when he was on Pat McAfee at WrestleMania, it was a very, very good interview that he did about enjoying both heels and stuff like that. And it says he even said that in the interviews that he said being a WWE wrestler is harder than boxing Floyd Mayweather. So that tells you on how much stuff that he's doing in the back that no one else is doing.
Right. And now I don't think anyone doubted, even from when we saw him in the Royal Rumble match, I don't think anyone doubted his abilities. Logan Paul looks like he's been doing this for years. And he's only really been doing it for like 2, right? So there's no question he belongs there. The thing that irks me is that he's a part-timer. It is what it is. He's a part-timer.
Yeah. I mean, and he gets those YouTube followers, and it drives him business and stuff like that. I want to see a match with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. That's what I want to see.
that would be great, actually. And now joining us is the wrestling professional himself, Billy Cruz, who actually just had quite the weekend running around with indie wrestling. So our first topic here: Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Your thoughts on who you think's going to win?
Kevin Owens and Bloodline. Yeah, I was just reading the script. Hey, the Bloodline is gonna win, like, no doubt. Being like, in my opinion, I didn't watch SmackDown like I was telling you because I was busy throughout the whole weekend doing indie wrestling and Comic-Con and everything else, and man, it was a blast. Like, dude, like, everybody, they need to join on independent wrestling. They need to join on everything, and there's wrestling. Everybody that loves wrestling, they will love any kind of wrestling. So I didn't get a chance to like follow up, but in my opinion, I think the Bloodline will win because they need to build up Tama and Solo. Solo's been on a losing streak like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, but he's supposed to be the new tribal chief. You know what I mean? And Roman's out the picture right now. So like, he wants to take his vacate and he wants to do this and all that and enjoy himself, but he'll come back. And we all know that I'm not a Roman fan, so yeah. But I'm thinking they're waiting for Jacob. My home guy. You know what I mean? Because he was on the independent scenes too. So yeah, I'm thinking they're waiting for Jacob to finish to make the 3.0, not a 2.0. You know what I mean?
Okay. It's not bad at all.
Solo, Samo, Tonga 3.0.
Yeah, no, and he definitely would fit. I think there had been a lot of calls for Jacob Fatu ever since the Bloodline angle first started.
He told me at WrestleCade. He told me at WrestleCade he was going to go. He's coming. He's coming. So, go ahead.
We just might see it. Well, we're going to our next match, and that's the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So the Kabuki Warriors are going to defend against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Ralph, this looks like quite the super tag team. Can Team Jade EST, I came up with that name. You're welcome, WWE. You think they're going to pull off the victory?
Yeah, they do. And what a perfect fit for Jade Cargill to put Bianca Belair so she can, I would say carry her, but while she's still in the back polishing some of the stuff that she missed out when she was over at AEW. It was a great carryover to bring her with Bianca and all that. They'll win the titles and they can polish her style. She's still a little rusty in the ring, as you could tell. Even when you watched the Royal Rumble, you could tell she was still a little bit rusty on there. She is working hard back there, but she's minus 2,000 in this thing. The easy wins. Kabuki Warriors, and both of them, you got to figure the Kabuki Warriors, both of their contracts are kind of skating on thin ice. So we all know that one of them might be retiring. So Asuka, she said she's pretty much on her way out almost. So I don't see them having the titles anymore.
Yeah, I think Asuka's about done. She may have the rest of this year, and then that's it. For however long.
I know she said she wanted her last match to be with Charlotte, just because of the history and stuff like that. And I think Charlotte's not back until after SummerSlam.
It'll be after SummerSlam. Maybe Survivor Series, who knows? But or they could stretch it till next year at WrestleMania. But that would be great. Of course, with Charlotte being injured and everything. I think, and see, I thought maybe it would be at SummerSlam. So there's still may be hope that it may be at SummerSlam that she returns.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. And Billy, your thoughts? Do you think the Kabuki Warriors retain, or does Belair and Jade Cargill take the gold?
My thoughts on that. Everybody does not like the Kabuki Warriors right now. They used to be hot when they were faces. But now that they're heel and Damage Control and the whole Bailey thing and everything else, the fallout. Look, Jade came in hot. Okay? Everybody was on Jade and everybody jumping on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? It's like football. It's like basketball. Oh, let's jump to the next hot commodity. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Bianca, she's been in a fade right now. And ever since Jade came, they were like, yo, let's be the big girls. So, you know what I mean? Like, they would be two bad, excuse my French, butt girls. Okay, you know what I mean? There we go. They would be big, bad butt girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would be bad asses. There we go. Yeah. As tag team. And I think they would not retain. I think they're going to give it to Bianca and they're going to give it to Jade, just because Triple H brought her in and was like, she's going to be a hot commodity. We need to make you a champ.
Yeah.
And Asuka, I love Asuka to death. I've always loved her since New Japan Wrestling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's kind of faded out. No, you got to look at the fans and you got to look at the crowd like they're not really getting behind the wrestlers that are not bringing the product no more. They just, if you were, for example, real quick, if you were a babyface, you would bring all that product like Cena or anybody, you know what I'm saying? But when you turn heel, ain't nobody going to buy your product and ain't nobody going to buy your production. Ain't nobody going to want you. Ain't nobody going to cheer for you. They're going to boo you, all the above. You know what I mean? So you got to do what you got to do. So I say no. They are not going to retain.
All right. And so with that, I also am in agreement also. Raph, you said they're at a minus 2,000 to win, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you can see, all the challengers are the favorite to win in Vegas. Next one, WWE Women's Championship triple threat match. Billy, I think we talked about this last week, man. Bayley's going to defend against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Can Bayley beat the odds and leave France the champion? Raph, your thoughts?
Yeah. They're not going to give a girl that they wanted to have the title because they someone that saved them during the pandemic with the TV screens behind her. They're not going to give her title away at Backlash. I think she retains in this one, but she's minus $8. But I can guarantee you we're going to get a lot of Tiffany Stratton money. She's probably one of those hot commodities in the backstage right now. Everyone loves her backstage. Her presence on the mic is outstanding. I would not be shocked if her stock surpasses Jaded's stock just because of her mic work. Yeah. So I can see that going on. She will be a champ soon, not tonight or not Saturday afternoon. I forgot Saturday afternoon. Bayley retains.
Gotcha. And Billy, your thoughts?
Right now, short blank because I told you I had a big weekend of wrestling. Our show PWF Premier Wrestling Federation. Crystal Coast. I didn't watch SmackDown, but my thoughts on Naomi, Bayley, and Tiffany. Like Tiffany's a big star right now, and she's trying to be up there. She's like, forget Jade, forget everybody else. I want a shot. I want everything, But I think Bayley will retain on everything, and Naomi, she's not a back burner just yet. Back in the picture, you know what I'm saying? And trying to make her name relevant. So she's like, no. I'm back now. And I want what I want. because she did have that belt at one time.
She did. She sure did. She
Mm-hmm.
did.
So my thoughts on that is, I think Bailey's gonna retain. It's not quite Tiffany Stratton's time, but she will dominate and she will get a belt.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I'm with you on this one. I think that Bailey retains, but Tiffany Stratton is gonna steal the show in this match, and this is really gonna open people's eyes and be like,
on her.
Stratton, they got to belt her before the end of the year. Like it's gonna be that serious.
Oh my goodness gracious, that I can't give out no. Yeah, they're gonna build her. There you go.
Well, with that being said, I think we're all in agreement here of Bailey retaining. So we'll go on to our World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest is defending against main event Jey Uso. First title defense. So, Raph, odds on who's going to win and who you think is going to win, and your thoughts on the match.
Damian's a huge favorite, minus 3,000, and he'll have no problem. Again, they're not going to have someone win a belt on WrestleMania and lose it in France or England or at noon on a Saturday.
And where are they fighting at? I'm behind just like a week. But where are they fighting at?
It's in France.
It's in France.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, it's in France. So Damian Priest retains. I think with Damian Priest, we probably need to look closely at. I think we're at the end of days of the Judgment Day. So I think we need to look at that more than anything else. I mean, Balor's contract is up. He hasn't re-signed his new contract that they offered him, Damian Priest. So you can kind of tell with Mommy being out for a while. I would not be shocked if the Judgment Day gets dwindled a little bit.
Interesting. Speaking of which, Drew McIntyre re-signed. I just saw a report. Yes. So Drew McIntyre officially re-signed. All right, so I guess easy choice for you, Damian Priest. Billy Cruz, who do you got?
I got Damian because he just won the belt and cashed it in. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna let him have a little reign, maybe till SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? And if they want Jay to be a main eventer, then he's already stepped up in my eyes. He's always stepped up. But like, there's gonna be some controversy between Finn and Damian, and you know what I mean. And like Ralph was saying, Mommy's gone, and then you know what I mean. It's in a different country, so Damian, I foresee Damian winning on Jay, and then Jay getting upset. Maybe Jay turns heel within months or something. You know what I mean? And be so mad because he can't win and he's not a main eventer. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be the main eventer. But I suspect Damian to outcome and win. You know, you might have Finn. Or there might, here's a twist. Here's the outcome. It's a long stretch, though. I always go on long stretches. I love long stretches because long stretches.
They do.
40% of the time, or 43% of the time, end up happening. Long stretch. What if Jay wins and there's controversy with like Finn Balor, and then like Ralph saying, the end of the Judgment Day, you know what I mean? Like, because Mommy's gone, everybody's gone, and Dominic's flicking, you know what I mean? Like,
true.
But my outcome, him. Damian Priest.
Priest. I think we all are in agreement here. As much as I would love to see Jey Uso, as much as I would love to see Jey Uso hold singles gold one day, this isn't it. This isn't it.
Not his time yet.
Now, my boy Jacob Christner actually had a theory that Damian Priest would actually hold it until Clash of the Castle, and then McIntyre wins it back in front of his people. So that I can see.
Or maybe Sheamus.
Or Sheamus. I don't know. Sheamus may look like he has one more title run left in him. I mean, we'll see. But want to give a shout here to Cards in My Car with R. Posada tapping in. Much love and appreciate you coming in and tuning in with this episode. So now on to our main event, the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes defending against AJ Styles. Is this Styles' last chance at a world championship? But before we answer that, Raf, your thoughts on this match and odds in Vegas?
Another huge favorite. There's no way Cody Rhodes loses this. He's minus 3,000. This is just saying thank you to AJ Styles. He's close to on his way out. He's mentioned it many times that the door is almost slamming shut behind him. He doesn't want to be one of those wrestlers that can barely get out of a chair when and stuff like that. So I would not be shocked if this is his last 365-day contract. So this is just them saying, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a great team player. But Cody Rhodes wins.
Okay. Now, Billy, what about you, man?
I think Ralph just nailed it on that button right there. Hey, thank you for being a good team player. You done did Ring of Honor. You done did TNA. You done did WWE. You done did everything. You showed us out. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville's finest, Georgia's finest. Cody Rhodes for the win. Like, okay, AJ, hey, go ahead. And they're very good friends, like literally in real life. So, yep. He's just going to be like, AJ, you want to retire? Because he's like 45. I can't keep up with ages, and that's not my business. Keep up with ages. But yeah, he's up there in age, and he's wanting to go with his family and retire, and he's done did it all. So he's like, go ahead, I got you. So Cody for the win. He nailed it.
And this will be, of course, the beginning of and we've given our post-WrestleMania theories, the theory of possibly The Rock Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Yep.
I do expect Cody Rhodes to knock down some big fences along the way en route to SummerSlam. I do have him still having the title. And there's our guy, Lee Pate, the originator of the X Division Fast Style. Yes, he is. He, in my opinion, is the greatest X Division champ ever. But,
all day, every day, Lee Pate.
Oh, yeah. So, our last topic here before we get off here, and that's our weekly finish or DQ. So, it's like our buy or sell segment for those of y'all who are just tuning in. So, finish or DQ. Cargill and Belair win at Backlash France, but it sets in motion Cargill versus Belair at SummerSlam. Ref, what do you think?
I'm going to probably say DQ. I mean, I think everyone's pretty much trying to make SummerSlam matches like we saw at WrestleMania would not be shocked. That's why I don't think The Rock wrestles at SummerSlam. I think he wrestles at next WrestleMania. If you ever saw The Rock's schedule, having back-to-back WWE performances is very, very rare to have that. So I would not be shocked if The Rock we don't see him until WrestleMania. We might see him do some stuff, but I don't think he actually wrestles at SummerSlam. But I can see Cargill at SummerSlam versus Belair, but right now, honestly, I'm going to say DQ. I think they hold the tag team belts for a while.
Okay, not bad at all. And especially with the Rock schedule, we still got to run the UFL. That's almost coming up on mid-season here, and
got
Billy,
three movies. He's filming 3 movies.
Yeah,
he's got a busy schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what about you? Finish or DQ? Cargill and Belair win the tag titles, but it's going to end up at Cargill versus Belair at SummerSlam. What do you think, Billy?
I had to think long and clear on this because I think that it won't be no feud at all. That I think Bianca loves the idea of her with Jade, but Jade's got a very, very big ego. You know what I mean? So she's going to want to be the women's champion, but maybe she can get the women's champion and be the tag team champions with Bianca at the same time. And maybe their egos won't flare and they will get together. But they will be the first women's black team champion, African, you know what I mean? No offense or nothing to anybody. To hold the titles and nobody can beat them like Kofi and freaking Xavier and New Day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think this is a DQ, on my opinion. Nope, not a SummerSlam. Maybe WrestleMania when they start beefing with each other, like the whole Hogan and Macho Man thing back in the day.
That's plausible. That's very plausible.
Where they have the belts for a long time and then they just start beefing up. So no, SummerSlam. No, they're not gonna feud with each other. I don't think.
Okay, no. I can see that, and not only that, but maybe this whole time it'll give Belair a. I mean, she's still going to wrestle singles competition. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, of course.
I think the tag championship introduces her to a new dynamic. You know, and it's
Yeah,
like, hey, you know
and bring
what?
back the women's championship division back to living.
Yeah, you know, but you know, Belair sees it as, you know, I've dominated the women's, you know, solo division.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stick my foot in the tag division to see how I can feel. So this year may be just a new challenge for her, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah,
and we have two females coming back. Alexa Bliss is coming back very shortly. So there's two female wrestlers coming back who just had babies. So you have to throw that in the mix. I would not be shocked if we see some different faces on TV because they were out. And then Charlotte coming back sometime probably end of the summer.
Yeah, she's probably around about July, August, around there. So about SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm. Okay then, yeah, and you know, returning stars was always nice. So now, of course, that's gonna, you know, beef up more challengers for Bayley. But yeah, I could see y'all's theory, Cargill and Belair, because I figure it's either gonna be SummerSlam or WrestleMania 41. But maybe it's a match for WrestleMania 41. Let's see, Steeler Lee here. Keeps Bianca away from the singles title for a while. That's it. That's it right there.
Bam.
I
nailed it.
don't think necessarily fans were getting tired of it. I think they wanted to switch it to the tag division right before it, like they got tired of it. Because I wasn't catching any Bianca boos or anything like that. But no, I'm with you, Lee, on that one. It's like, yeah,
I am too. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe, you know, they could be like the, you know, Booker T and Stevie Ray and dominate the damn tag team division. You know what I'm saying? As women. You know what I mean? And nobody can stop them until somebody comes. But keep in mind, Nia Jax did also just get drafted to SmackDown.
She did. What were you saying, Aref?
And Bianca's got some media obligations because of her TV show. So wrestling tag team is less usage than doing singles matches. So I think that's why they probably put her in tag team matches.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Because her show's coming back for season 2.
Yeah, okay.
Her and her husband, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, hey, I'd like to thank everybody. That's our show for today, for tuning in. Shout out to Lee Pate in the comments, and shout out to Cards in My Car with R. Posada, right out of Stockton, California. So, Raphael, before we go, we got NBA on tonight, Celtics, Heat, Thunder, Pelicans, Lakers, Nuggets. Anything on betting odds you want to share with anybody?
No, it's full slate. You just said that the NBA games, you got NHL going on today. Some Major League Baseball is also going on today. It's a full slate of stuff. Kentucky Derby week is also this weekend. Canelo Alvarez in boxing. UFC 301 is this weekend. So full stuff on there. You can catch doing some podcast shows with Hurricane Helms this week and Jonathan Coachman. So you can catch my stuff on that as well. So it should be a fun and busy week.
Right, absolutely. The Celtics Heat. Who's the current the favorite? Still Celtics?
So yeah, Celtics. I think we see some closeouts. I think the Pelicans go home today, and the Lakers go home today. So,
all right, not bad. But Celtics Heat is 2-1. So, but you think Celtics go up 3-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
They go up 3-1.
All right, then. Well, with that being said, that is our show. So for Rafael Esparza and the wrestling professor himself, I am Denzel Snipes. We will see you next week for Backlash France recap. So stay tuned. Later.